What if I told you there's a vegetable you've probably walked past, ignored, or even pulled out as a weed, that grows faster than spinach, survives drought better than okra, comes back again and again without replanting, and used to feed entire communities before supermarkets told us to forget it? Welcome to Garden's Heaven, the place where we grow smarter, not harder, and where gardening doesn't mean draining your wallet or your energy. If you're new here, you're right at home. And if you're one of our returning gardeners, welcome back to your peaceful corner of the internet, where soil meets sense. Here we talk about real plants, real results, and practical garden wisdom that actually works, especially for people who want food security without stress. Before we dig in, take a second to gently tap the like button if you love low-effort gardening, and subscribe to Garden's Heaven so you don't miss out on plants the world forgot but your garden desperately needs. And as we go along, I want you to drop a comment telling me if you've ever seen this plant before, without realizing how powerful it is. Trust me, you might surprise yourself. Now let's talk about a forgotten vegetable that grows like a weed, and why lazy gardeners might secretly be the smartest ones in the room. Plant 1. Chia tree spinach. Chia is a perennial leafy vegetable that grows more like a wild shrub than a delicate garden crop, which is exactly why it's so easy to overlook. Many people mistake it for an ordinary hedge plant or a random bush growing at the edge of a compound. But this forgotten vegetable has been feeding families for generations, especially in warm regions. Once it settles into the soil, it produces broad, deep green leaves continuously, often outgrowing common vegetables like spinach and lettuce, without any special care. What makes chia a lazy gardener's dream is its planting method and toughness. Instead of seeds, you plant it using stem cuttings. Just push a healthy branch into the soil and let nature do the rest. It tolerates poor soil, irregular watering, and strong sun, yet still pushes out fresh leaves week after week. Pests rarely touch it, and you don't need fertilizers or chemicals to keep it alive. One planting can turn into years of harvest, making it a quiet but powerful food security plant. Nutritionally, chia punches far above its weight. When the leaves are cooked properly, they become rich sources of protein, iron, calcium, and essential vitamins. This is not a one-time harvest vegetable, it's a steady companion in the garden, always ready when you need it. Chia proves that some of the most valuable vegetables aren't the trendy ones, but the humble plants that grow like weeds and never stop giving. Plant 2. Katuk sweet leaf bush. Katuk is one of those vegetables that hides in plain sight, often grown as an ornamental hedge without people realizing it's food. It's a soft leafy shrub with shiny green leaves, and once it takes root, it grows fast and dense, almost like it's trying to fill every empty space in your garden. In warm climates, katuk stays green all year, quietly producing tender leaves, even when other vegetables slow down. Many gardeners walk past it daily, without knowing they're looking at a highly productive edible plant. For lazy gardeners, katuk is almost unfairly easy. You plant it from cuttings, just like chia, and after that, it minds its business. It loves partial shade, but also tolerates full sun, doesn't panic during short dry spells, and rarely attracts pests. You don't need to baby it, prune it carefully, or feed it expensive fertilizer. In fact, the more you harvest the leaves, the bush responds by growing thicker and fuller, giving you a constant supply without replanting. What makes katuk truly special is how practical it is in the kitchen. The leaves stay tender, slightly sweet, and cook quickly, making them perfect for soups, stews, and simple stir-fries. Nutritionally, it's rich in vitamins and minerals that support everyday health, which is why it has been quietly relied on in traditional gardens for decades. Katuk is proof that some of the best vegetables aren't planted in neat rows. They grow like quiet companions, always ready, always productive, and almost impossible to fail with. Plant 3. Molokhia jute mallow. Molokhia is a vegetable many people unknowingly grow, pull out, or ignore because it shows up on its own like a weed. It's a fast-growing leafy plant with small green leaves that don't look impressive at first glance, but once it starts, it doesn't stop. In warm weather, Molokhia can go from seed to harvest in just a few weeks, and if you let even one plant mature, it often reseeds itself, without any help. That's why older gardeners remember it. but modern gardens quietly pushed it aside. This plant is perfect for gardeners who don't want drama. Molokhia thrives in poor soil, tolerates heat, and doesn't need constant watering to survive. You scatter the seeds once, thin it lightly, and after that, nature takes over. Harvesting encourages more growth, and even if you forget it for a while, it doesn't punish you by dying. Instead, it waits patiently, and then explodes with fresh leaves when conditions improve. What surprises most people is how powerful Molokhia is nutritionally. When cooked, the leaves release a natural thickness that makes soups rich and filling, while delivering fiber, vitamins, and minerals. This is a vegetable that feeds efficiently. Small harvests go a long way. Molokhia isn't flashy or trendy, but it's reliable, productive, and stubbornly resilient, the kind of plant that proves lazy gardening isn't laziness at all, it's wisdom. Plant 4. Longevity spinach, Genura procumbens. Longevity spinach is one of those plants that quietly spreads until you suddenly realize it has taken over an entire corner of your garden. It's a low-growing, creeping leafy vegetable with soft green leaves and purple tinges underneath, and it doesn't wait for permission to thrive. Once you plant a single cutting, it sends out runners, roots wherever it touches the soil, and keeps expanding. Many people mistake it for a ground cover or ornamental plant, not knowing it's an edible vegetable that never seems to stop growing. For gardeners who want effort-free food, this plant is almost unbeatable. Longevity spinach loves warm weather, tolerates shade, and survives periods of neglect without collapsing. You don't need seeds, special spacing, or daily watering. Break off a piece, stick it into moist soil, and it grows. Harvesting doesn't weaken it at all. It actually encourages more spreading and thicker growth, making it a constant source of fresh leaves with almost zero maintenance. Beyond its toughness, longevity spinach has earned its name through generations of use. The leaves are commonly eaten lightly cooked or added to soups, and they're valued for supporting general well-being. Nutritionally, it provides antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals, while remaining tender and easy to prepare. This is the kind of vegetable that rewards forgetful gardeners, quietly filling plates while asking for almost nothing in return. If this video is already changing the way you see your garden, pause for just a second and let me know in the comments which of these plants surprised you the most. So far, was it the one you thought was just a weed, or the one you've walked past for years without knowing it was food? I read every comment, and your experiences help shape what we grow together here. Also, if you're enjoying this calm, no-stress approach to gardening, gently tap the like button. It tells YouTube to share this with more gardeners who are tired of wasting money on plants that fail. And if you haven't subscribed yet, this is a great moment to join the Garden's Heaven family, where we focus on simple plants that quietly change lives. Plant 5. Egyptian walking onion. The Egyptian walking onion looks like something out of a garden experiment, which is probably why many people don't take it seriously at first. Instead of forming seeds at the top, it produces small onion bulbs on its stalks, and when those bulbs get heavy, they fall over and root themselves nearby. That's how it walks across the garden on its own. No replanting, no seed saving, no effort. Once you introduce it, it slowly multiplies year after year, quietly building an onion patch without you lifting a finger. For lazy gardeners, this plant is almost magical. It survives heat, cold, and neglect far better than regular onions. You don't need to dig it up every season or worry about perfect soil conditions. Even if you forget to water it for long periods, it keeps coming back. Harvest what you need from the green tops or the underground bulbs, and the plant just continues its cycle like nothing happened. In the kitchen, Egyptian walking onions are incredibly flexible. The green tops can be used like spring onions, while the bulbs have a strong onion flavor that works in cooking. Nutritionally, they offer the familiar benefits of onions, with the bonus of constant availability. This is not a one-season crop. It's a self-renewing food source that proves some of the smartest garden plants already know how to take care of themselves. Thank you so much for sticking with me until the end. I hope by now you're seeing gardening in a whole new light, where lazy doesn't mean unproductive, and where forgotten vegetables can quietly feed you for years. These plants aren't just weeds or leftovers. They're lifesavers for busy gardeners, budget-conscious growers, and anyone who wants a garden that works smarter, not harder. If you enjoyed this journey into the overlooked and unstoppable, don't forget to like this video, share it with a friend who could use some effortless garden wins, and subscribe to Gardens Heaven so you never miss a tip that makes gardening simple and rewarding. Drop a comment below, letting me know which plant you're most excited to try in your garden first. I can't wait to read your stories and celebrate your successes with you. Remember, your garden doesn't have to be complicated. With the right plants, a little patience, and a calm approach, you can grow more than food. You can grow confidence, sustainability, and a little magic too. Until next time, happy gardening.